I've also been to Portugal with Darren to watch European Championships, and also Husey, where are you, mate? There you are, Husey. It's a 3-week adventure of a lifetime travelling across Portugal. To be fair, if Darren wasn't there, me and Husey would have been in trouble, because his Spanish lingo is second to none.
Fucking hell.
Right.
Shit. Whack Spanish.
I really enjoyed paying an extra €100 per ticket after his Spanish haggling missions. And also I really enjoyed staying in an old woman's house in the smallest, warmest room you've ever seen, which was topped up as full of giant beetles. It wasn't just a fantastic lingo that Guesty had done the trick on that holiday. Guesty also made sure we was full of, on the way home from the clubs and the bars, we had hot dogs full of crisps. And our long train journeys made sure we all had frozen peas for our beer. But two of the famous moments from Portugal for me is me, Darren and Husey had a bit of a conversation on male grooming. Approximately 15 minutes following this conversation, I smelt the worst horrific smell you could ever smell in your life. I rushed into the bathroom to investigate when it can only be described as a human fireball. But I guess he's going like this. Because he tried to singe his hairy areas, let's say. Not only on the male grooming did he singe his hairy areas, he also topped up his tan to perfection.
That's good.
Turn up, Kev. Kev, put it on there. Kev, hook it on there. Let's leave it up.
Oh. 1 minute, you Craig.
Didn't they stand up again?
Last thing I say about Darren in Portugal, he wasn't always an idiot or messing about to me. He's also looked after me on that trip because I was only young and I've never been on a way with the lads really that much. So to be fair, he was really, really good to me. And I did have a picture, which unfortunately I can't bring today because he was a bit too rude. Of Darren being a good friend. I was asleep with Darren's winky on my head. Yes, I do call it a winky, but Darren likes to call it his donkus cannabis. As some of you may know, I've been a friend of Guesty's for a long, long time and grew up with him through school. So what I've done is just wrote a short poem of our school time together. I met Guesty 11 years old. Don't speak to him, he's a loon, I was told. After a game of footy on a cold Wednesday night, I realised those people were right. I went with Guesty to Great Bar School. I met him through a tramp by the name of Paul. I did not see Guesty through his last 2 years, which was funny. I've actually did once. He went to come and pay his trip money. Outside of school, we went to play footy. If he didn't turn up, he would go nutty. I'd phone him up and my body would be trembling. He said, "You are coming big ears, we're playing two-a-side Wembley." If you thought he was scary then beating him was worse. As my mate Magnus, he just had to come first. If he didn't win, there would always be a row. However, Leanne tells me, he always comes first now. Good times we've shared at Sabutio, sleeping on the club roof and swimming at Wiggly Baths. To be fair, we've had some right laughs. But picking my favourite moments about Darren, he would be taking a plunge. But it'd have to be his little penny nipples and his phobia of sponge.